a union of great event. And my job today in this session is to introduce you the overview on each session. We are going to have 13 sessions. On each session, what we are going to, so only the title is given, and the resource persons are drawn. It's a good mix of academics, industry, and practicing software professionals and cybersecurity experts and law experts. So all those components, all those walks of life, people are drawn. So I would like to give an overview of what we plan in the 5 years spanning over the 13 sessions. So recent trends in cybersecurity domain level 1 is aiming to provide a good exposure to cybersecurity, the issues on cybersecurity risk challenges resulting from the global public health crisis, COVID-19, especially this is a recent challenges, and we would like to give recommendations for addressing the following cybersecurity important problem. An increasing in threats and vulnerabilities due to the expansion of remote workforces, especially work from home. An expanding attack surface driven by rapid development of cloud services. Difficulty in detecting and responding to threats due to security teams now being dispersed. This is our mission task for this. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these three things are our mission task. Session 1 is on foundations to cybersecurity. This will give you a fairly decent knowledge on cybersecurity for every new person who wants to know cybersecurity and how to live safely in the cyberspace. The 4 fundamental points of cybersecurity are: protect the device, especially the smartphones, laptops, pads, iPads, tablets, and above anything that connects online should be protected using the state of the science, and also giving solutions for protecting those devices. Protecting the connection, protect email communication, protect and back up your electronic documents and files. When we discuss data and information, we must consider the 3 important points famously known as the CIA triad. The CIA triad refers to an information security model made of 3 components: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When we are putting our data, money, everything on the net, the confidentiality will refer to where I am communicating, where I am accessing the data is really kept confidential. It is not.
So you are becoming.
It's fine now, sir.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Can go ahead.
Yes, I'll repeat. Confidentiality is ensuring your communication, your data, everything is as confidential, and it is not open to others. Integrity means your data is not subject to variations due to communication errors and other things. So it is always be safe. And availability is in the guise of confidentiality and integrity. If your data availability is hampered, then the whole process online is difficult. And therefore, while ensuring confidentiality and integrity, the availability should also be ensured. Only then the cycle of online cybersecurity will be intact. That's why we call it as CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These things will be discussed in that. the purpose of cybersecurity principles govern, that is identifying and managing security risks, protect, implementing security controls to reduce security risks, detecting and understanding cybersecurity events, respond. When a cybersecurity event happens, you should respond and recover the lost data and run the system from the cybersecurity incidents. Recover the system from the cybersecurity incidents. So this is the purpose of cybersecurity at the outset. So this session is handled by, all these things will be clearly explained by the resource person from bits to pieces, because you are having 1.5 hours. So it is handled by the expert Suresh Kumar, who is an info security manager of Standard Chartered Bangalore, and is a practitioner of banking security. He has a lot of experience to share with you. So don't lose any session. Though we record it and keep it, learning from the lion's mouth, right when it comes out is something great. And so be logged into the system and listen to this session. And today's second session is on digital forensics. The digital forensics, this is the backbone knowledge for tracing the computer and digital systems operating in cyberspace in the event of a cyber crime, and brings culprits to book. In the event of cyber crime happens, the forensics is the subject which helps us to trace the culprit to book. So digital forensics is the application of computer science and investigative procedures for a legal purpose involving the analysis of digital evidence. The digital evidence is the very, very important aspect. Less formally, digital forensics is the use of specialized tools and techniques to investigate various forms of computer-oriented crimes, including fraud, illicit use, etc., cyberbullying, all that. So digital forensics is the process of uncovering and interpreting electronic data. The goal of the process is to preserve any evidence in the most original form, while performing a structured investigation by collecting, identifying, and validating digital information to reconstruct the past events. That is very, very important. This session is handled by a practitioner called Mr. Panindar, who is a court-commissioned forensic expert and advocate, who is the director and chief forensic expert, Clue for Evidence Forensic Lab, and the chairman of Clue for Evidence Foundation. It's very rare to get such a person to conduct this session. Not only for session 2, he will again come back tomorrow for session 5, where he will, give you a hands-on experience, something online, with basic digital forensics activities demonstration. So that is also handled. That's a 1.5 hours session tomorrow. So don't miss it. So these two sessions are very, very important sessions with the hands-on. Coming to session 3, that will enlighten the audience on the type of cyber crimes and cyber offenses that are happening in the cyber world, ways and means of preventing such incidents. That is what is the focus of this session. He will explain how to deal with cyber crimes and cyber offenses in case of a person becoming a victim, and the provisions of cyber laws that deals with such cyber crimes and offenses. So cyber crime is a criminal activity that either targets or uses a computer or a computer network or a networked device. Most, but not all, cyber crime is committed by cyber criminals or hackers. Sometimes it is certain things may incidentally happen, but mostly it is done by cyber criminals who want to make money. Cyber crime is carried out by individuals, or sometimes even by organizations who are developing specialized software for viruses and all. they also get involved. So the cybercrime activities on two sides, ethical hacking or business development, all those activities are there in this world, and one has to be very careful about it. Here are some specific examples of different types of cyber crimes. For instance, email and internet fraud, identity fraud, like what happens in banking. I'm a bank manager. I would like to verify your account, all that. Don't respond to such calls. Theft of financial or card payment data, theft and sale of corporate data. All these things are typical examples of cyber crimes. Cyber offenses are illegitimate actions which are carried out in a classy manner, where either the computer is a tool or personnel on the net, or targeting both. So cybercrime usually includes the following: unauthorized access of the computers, data diddling, virus worms attack, or something similar to that. The lead deliberation for this session comes from Professor Dr. Syed Umar Hattab from our partnering Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice of Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, Tirunelveli. We together offer this MSc Cybersecurity course successfully since the academic year 2017-18 academic year onwards. Dr. Umar is a practitioner, passionate teacher, and a leading researcher in the fields of cyber crimes, cyber offenses, cyber law, and it's a golden opportunity for the participants to listen to him, especially when he shares his rich experience in this field. And so wait for him. The next session 4 is on introduction to latest cyber security threat landscape and how India is cyber ready. A cyber security threat perception from India's specific perspective, particularly with reference to remote workforce during COVID-19 pandemic. The lead expert of this session is Mr. Karthik Ramanathan, a cybersecurity and privacy professional from Danaher Corporation, Bangalore. You have more to get from him. The session 6 is devoted to issues that are very specific to online security, particularly to internet security. Is a specific aspect of broader concept such as cybersecurity and computer security, being focused on specific threats and vulnerabilities of online access and use of the internet. This means that tons of data and sensitive information are constantly being shared over the internet. This session will explain the user or all the participants and the frequent terminologies of online security, like malware. Malware is malicious software such as spyware, ransomware, viruses, worms, emotes, denial of service, man in the middle, phishing, SQL injection, password attacks. These are the terminologies we quite often hear with reference to cyber security, especially online security. This session is likely to deal with issues like why do we need online security, common threats to online security, or 3 types of online security, namely the cloud security, network security, and application security. It will also deal with the types of cyber attacks, reasons to network security problems, how to safeguard your data, limitations of cyber security, rules of cyber hygiene, most successful cyber attack methods used in the field, how do hackers attack, why is network security is difficult, what are the latest security issues, why is the best security practices in India, where do cyber attacks come from, what cyber attack is the hardest to prevent. These are the certain things which are discussed in this session. For all these innovative things, we have a resource person, Mr. Ashish Panchwardkar from Enterprise Building Training Solutions, Thane, Maharashtra, who is handling this session. So be watchful on that. Don't lose this information, this session. Session 7 is about cybersecurity from industrial perspective. That will be discussed by Mr. A. Srinivasan, Senior Cybersecurity Specialist from Amex, Chennai. In this session, you are likely to get details on the types of industries that need cybersecurity, like financial service industry, say government sector, all that. Okay, because we are going to approach, the time is going to exhaust. Let me, rush up. Session 8 is on stress management. For all the thing in online world, stress is the major cause for all people who are involved in online tasks. They are the most vulnerable people for getting stress due to cybersecurity issues. Hence, the topic is given here with due space. And we have Professor Dr. M. Vasimala Raja, who is a professor in the Department of Education from Alagappa University, Karakudi. He will handle this session. So this gives you a human tool for stress management. Of course, 9th session is on edge security. Edge security is the type of enterprise security for corporate resources that are no longer located within the protective boundaries of a centralized data center, especially we are dispersed due to COVID. So it is used to protect users and apps that are, that are at farthest reaches. Therefore, we call them as edge of a company network, where sensitive data is highly vulnerable to security threats. Here, you are likely to get enlightened on issues like securing your edge devices, what is edge in network, like that. Dr. B. Janet, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Applications from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, is the resource person for edge computing. Session 10 is, we'll move to the next session. 10 is about essentials of cryptography. This is a very specialized, utility for securing the data, encrypting the data, which are not readable, which are readable and which are converted into non-readable form by encryption. And again, at the receiving end, the decryption is applied, the reverse algorithm is applied, and your data is safe while it is on transit. So this is a key field of cybersecurity. It will highlight the participants on cryptography, crypto API, Capicom, cryptographic keys, encoded and decoded data, data encryption and decryption, hashes and digital signature, and the stamping authenticate signatures, digital certificates, digital messages. I mean, digital certificates, digital messages are the one which we are hearing for every common person. So all these things will be highlighted. You are likely to get your answers to queries like what are the principles of cryptography, the 3 types of cryptography for the fundamental goals of cryptography, the essential steps in public key cryptography, which algorithms can be used to sign a message, the full form of RSA, etc., etc. So this is these are the things handled in session 10. Dr. P. Tyagarajan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tanjavur, is a resource person. You will hear more from him. I am just giving the outline. Session 7 is highlighting on cybersecurity awareness and career opportunities. This session is a torch bearer for the working for career opportunities also, and this is handled by Mr. Gopi Venkateshan from senior security consultant from Genesis Techno Services, Chennai, and utilize this session. 12th session is a case study of cybersecurity with reference to payment card industry and trends. Actually, this is of interest to everyone because payment card industry or PCI denotes the debit, credit, prepaid, e-pass, ATM, point of sale cards and associated businesses. So you will get enlightened on how to work with payment card industry. Questions like how big the industry is, what is the difference between Visa and MasterCard, how big is the credit card industry, the best credit card processor, the business model of credit card companies. Is MasterCard is a payment processor? Is PayPal is a payment gateway processor? Whether MasterCard is a payment gateway or not? Which is better, Visa card or MasterCard? Whether MasterCard is worse than Visa card? All these questions are with us when somebody is offering, some bank is offering all these cards. So Mr. Ratna Arulchelvan from Risk Advisory Team, who is the deputy manager there, is a practicing expert from Deloitte, India, is a resource person for this session. Of course, the final session, 13th session, is on cyber security in deep learning. That is from the practitioner perspective as well as research perspective. The application of all in cyber security tasks is the agenda. So I'm handling that. As hackers, they use more and more AI-based machine learning and deep learning techniques for cyber attacks. Cybersecurity is also making massive shifts towards machine learning and deep learning to prevent cyber attacks. Extracting security incident patterns or insights from cybersecurity data and building corresponding data-driven model is the key to make a security system automated and intelligent. To understand and analyze the actual phenomena with data, various scientific methods, machine learning and deep learning techniques, processes and systems are used, which is commonly known as data science. In this session, focus is on cybersecurity, deep learning, where the data is being gathered from relevant cybersecurity sources, incident sources, and the analytics complements the latest data-driven patterns for providing more effective security solutions. The concept of cybersecurity deep learning allows making the computing process more actionable and intelligent as compared to traditional ones in the domain of cybersecurity. Along with that, a number of associated research issues and future directions are discussed and summarized. Furthermore, a machine learning based multi-layered framework for the purpose of cybersecurity modeling is also discussed. So wait for this session. I am handling this session, and therefore let us declare that the overview is over. Now we have the session up to 11 or 11:30.
Sir, 11:30, sir.
11:30.
11 to 11:30 ATAL inaugural program is there, sir.
Okay. So I have carved out this half an hour. Dear participants, please listen. All over India, several similar ATAL programs are going on, and therefore I request the participants to log into the AICTE ATAL program, where every ATAL training program is, so people are joining. This is inaugurated today nationally by AICTE. So you put your attendance there. Kindly remember, the certificates are issued by AICTE. So you need to have your attendance, attend every session, attend your quizzes, and secure certain minimum standards, so that this all will be passed on to AICTE. Only AICTE is going to give you the certificates, and therefore I request all participants to be successful. Help us to help you. Now you can digress to us. Madam, have you given the links in the Google Classroom?
Yes, sir. It is posted in a WhatsApp group as well as the chat box, sir.
Kindly attend the inaugural session of AICTE because you can meet all FDP participants, and there also you register your attendance. You come back at 11:30 or 12, madam?
Sir, 11 to 11:30, sir.
11 to 11:30 inaugural program, sir, and 11:30 to 12 a break, and then 12 o'clock the next session will be started.
So you come back at 12 o'clock for this session. Kindly record your attendance and attend the inaugural function, because they will treat this as a participative one from our FDP. Kindly log out from here and get into your AICTE inaugural program. It's a national. I will also join there, so kindly do that. So we'll close this and resume at 12.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I have a doubt, sir.